Welcome back, everybody. This is Sarcasm Speaks. It's Jared and Bob and Jones. Jones with us today. Let's dive right into this. We'll skip the pleasantries. Hey, how are we? Yeah, good. Good, and you? All right. As the three of us are all pet owners here, I came across something the other day that, and I think I shared it with both of you actually, that the world is completely retarded. We have every day is the dumbest day to be alive. Every day is worse than the day before. So CNN posted this article, and the title of the article is "Our Pets Are Part of the Climate Problem. These tips can help you minimize their carbon paw prints." So
before we get into that, you know what I've decided just right now?
there
is no climate problem. There's only insufferable assholes.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah. I think I would agree with that.
I think that's mostly, that's the only problem. It's insufferable asshole.
Yeah, we don't have a climate problem. We have an insufferable asshole problem.
Yeah. That might be the episode title. We have an insufferable asshole problem. It's just never ending with these fucking people, right? Like, all right, so
first they want your art, now they want your pets.
So now that's the title of the article. There you go. And I will spare you all the bullshit. If you guys want to read it on your own, go right ahead. It's just Google CNN. Again, minimize carbon paw prints will probably do it, or our pets are part of the climate problem, whatever. Pick and choose whatever.
Some fucking editor probably thinks they're so fucking smart with carbon paw prints too.
Yeah. So I'm gonna read the opening line because I think it's pretty fucking hilarious, and then I'll just give you the summary of the whole article. So it opens up. Our four-legged friends don't drive gas-guzzling SUVs or use energy-sucking appliances, but that doesn't mean they don't have a climate impact. In fact, researchers have showed, it should be shown, great grammar, CNN. Researchers have showed that pets play a significant role in climate crisis. So they go through this whole thing. There was a study done in 2017. And what do you know? The basis of this argument is that it's the food that we feed our animals. Because what have they been saying for the last however many years now? Red meat's bad. Red meat causes climate change. Cow farts cause climate change. We have to stop eating meat. Everyone has to go vegetarian. So what is one of their main points in this article? Well, dogs and cats eat a lot of meat. So if you buy food for them, you're contributing to the problem.
What about chicken farts? Are chicken farts a problem? Because Leo doesn't eat beef.
See, so Pickett's actually allergic to chicken, so she's a red meat only dog.
Samuel's also allergic to chicken. Leo's not. He eats chicken.
Leo doesn't give a fuck. He's got an iron stomach.
I would have thought that it would be the farts that would have been the problem, but we make their food. Like so we're the problem. They're not the problem.
Yeah. Well, basically what they're trying to say is like, because we feed them meat, ergo, ipso facto, transitive property, meat is the problem. Meat equals bad, equals climate change, and we feed animals meat. So that's why animals contribute to climate change.
Should anyone think critically about this, or maybe give it more thought than just saying, "Oh, okay, yeah"? Like, should someone do that?
No, you're supposed to just take everything that CNN says with 100% acceptability, and you're not allowed to question anything, because why would they lie? They're a reputable journalistic corporation. They have no reason to lie about things.
Yeah, definitely don't think about the fact that the quality of beef that's coming to these animals that's to be not freeze dried, but dried. Dude, it's fucking D-level meat. It's the shit that humans don't eat.
Right.
Also, call me fucking retarded, but don't they eat wild?
They don't want to talk about that part.
Uh-uh.
So I will give them credit. So, well, I will give them partial credit because this statement didn't come directly from CNN. They pulled a quote from the research group that published the study in 2017. And the group was quoted as saying, please don't take your cats off of a diet because cats are carnivores. Like, and they literally say it's quoted from the research study that was published. Like, cats are exclusively carnivores. Please do not change their diet. But they try and advocate to feed dogs other things like grains and vegetables and shit like that. Now,
well, as a
I don't know
descendant of
about
a
you
wolf,
guys.
as a descendant of a wolf, I don't think Leo is going to eat any fruits or vegetables or grains.
I was just gonna say, I don't know about you guys, but as a also as a dog owner, if you ever tried to give your dog vegetables, they fucking sniff at it and then just kind of like hit it out of your hand and leave it on the ground and walk away. Pickett's not a big vegetable dog. Like I mean, she loves cheese. She'll fuck with
cheese
cheese.
is fucking for sure not a vegetable.
But I like she likes fruit. Like she'll eat like apples and shit.
Yeah, which will promptly give them the runs.
She doesn't really. She does well with.
Well, I mean, if you give them too much, well,
Well, yeah,
here's
I
the
mean,
deal.
like
If you're
a
switching,
slice, like
if
a
you're
slice
switching
of
the
an
diet,
apple. Yeah, or she likes bananas. Like when I eat a banana, like I'll break off a little piece of the banana and she'll eat it. But like, I'm not gonna feed my dog exclusively fucking fruit. Like that's retarded. I'm also not gonna like supplement any of my dogs. Also, hey, I don't know about these fucking dickheads. My dog eats twice a day. And sometimes she doesn't even finish the whole fucking bowl of food. She just leaves it and eats it another time. So it's like, how often are these people feeding their fucking pets?
about the same. See, this is the best part where humans are retarded. So if you keep putting food in front of me, I generally keep eating it. Dogs only eat when they're hungry, and if they don't exercise, they don't eat that much.
Right.
It's a crazy little self-regulation system that they got there. It's high tech.
Yeah. So it's like sometimes like Pickett might only eat once a day. Like she might eat her breakfast and then we put dinner out and she just doesn't fucking eat the dinner. It's like, all right, whatever. Like you'll just eat it for breakfast tomorrow, I guess. Like it's just gonna sit in your fucking bowl.
My cats must be retarded then because they'll eat themselves sick. Like if I put food in front of them, they will eat and then they just throw.
Well, I mean, some
Awesome.
dogs are like that. Like think it's beagles. Like you have to take food away from them. You have to like portion or ration their food because they will literally eat until they fucking die.
That's what my cats do.
Yeah. But like back to the article here. Like this is absolutely fucking retarded. They're literally trying to make a connection between feeding your pets and climate change. Like, is there nothing left in this fucking world that we can't tie to climate change at this point, right? Like, what the fuck? Like, this is stupid. This is just dumb.
Bro, we ain't changing the climate.
Yeah. Like,
the climate's fucked.
Yeah.
It's fucked or it's not fucked. I don't know, but it's not in between.
But it also like normally fluctuates. Like it's everything that happens is
depending
normal.
On your political affiliation.
Well, yeah, exactly. Have you guys ever seen the clip of the climatologist that was on, I think it was like NBC or MSNBC or whatever, something like that, and they were like, "Oh my God, like how do you explain all of this climate? It's clearly something that's going on." And the guy on the news channel, like the expert they brought in, was like, "No, this is all totally normal. Like we don't see any reason for alarm here." And like the news anchor was like, no, but like this is all because of climate change and extreme change. And the climatologist again was like, no, truthfully, this is just a normal cycle of weather patterns, and it happens and he explains like through the hundreds of years, when you look at things over like how old the earth is over the spans of like millions and billions of years, he's like, this is just kind of like the time period we're in right now. And 1,000 years from now, things might be totally different. It's just like we're narrow-minded, and the way we look at things over the last 150 years appears one way. But when you zoom out and look at 1,500 years or 10,000 years, it's just normal fluctuations. And the news anchor was like not having it. It was a funny clip. Vinny sent it to me, actually.
I mean, everybody just needs to find a way to get worked up about something.
Yeah. It's like
we should have way too much time.
People do have. Yeah, people have way too much fucking time. I like that. We have an insufferable asshole problem, though. That is true. We have a very large insufferable asshole problem.
We have a huge one today. It's amazing.
Oh yeah. Did you guys vote?
Sure did.
I'll give you two guesses.
I'm gonna say N and O.
Yeah, no, I did not vote. Obviously, I did not vote. I had a phrase to me pretty good. Someone asked me at the gym. He goes, "You gonna vote?" I go, "No." And he's like, and I thought he was gonna be like, "Well, you gotta go vote for fucking Deal or something." And I go, every election, I'm pitted with one asshole against another asshole, both of which seem like the worst, and I know nothing about. And he goes, yeah, he goes, man. He goes, I think you should vote if you're informed. If you're not informed, then don't vote. Very easy.
Right.
I go, truthfully, if I showed up there, I would have voted the questions and that's it, because that's the only thing I fucking know a goddamn thing about.
Right. And they do a half decent job of explaining the questions.
But no. So no, I did not vote.
I voted just because legalization of weed's on the ballot in Maryland this year. So
let's go. Yeah, I saw it. So I actually, when you texted me that, I Googled it and looked it up. What a piece of shit state you got there in Maryland. So the ballot question to quote legalize weed in Maryland is really just a suggestion question that would get proposed to the legislature. So your state legislators still have to vote on whether or not it should be legal. But this ballot question is almost like a consensus thing. Like, hey, what's the consensus in the state? Like, what should we do? It's not if more people vote yes, then it becomes legalized. It's like an information gathering question.
Right. Which, I mean, it's good in the fact it's basically a blue state, so it's gonna get
eventually. Right. Which effectively, like, if enough people vote yes, the state legislators should pass it and make it legal. But just because it gets voted yes doesn't necessarily mean it's an automatic that it's going to become legalized. And I was like, wow, what a bunch of fucking cunts. Like, that is so fucking stupid.
Yep.
But if it does get a lot of votes and the legislators do decide to pass it, I think it's July 1st of 2023. Yeah.
I mean, they already have the infrastructure, so I mean, it should be around that time where actually is implemented, which is good, because it took them a fucking million years to figure out sports betting.
Yeah, we know a thing or two about that.
It's hard to figure out, dude.
Yeah. I golfed with a couple like random guys on Saturday, and we were just shooting the shit. They were young. They're younger. They're probably like 24. They were like somewhat recently out of college. Like one of them mentioned he just graduated like 2 years ago. So they're probably like 24, 25. And they were talking about sports betting, and I was like, oh man. And they were like, oh, why? Like, what's this? And I go, you guys don't understand. Like, it's not going to happen. Because one of them made a comment like, oh yeah, we should get sports betting hopefully by the Super Bowl. And I was like, no. They told us we were going to get sports betting before the NFL season. And then the other one was like, well, yeah, well, I mean, I think before the MLB season next year. And I go, no, there's no such thing as these before this season and before that season. It's all a bunch of bullshit. There's some shady backdoor stuff. And I went through like the whole fucking thing. And they were like, wow, how do you know so much about this? And I was like, because I got a lot of free time. Like, I just didn't want to get into it. And I was like, I got a lot of free time. I read about it. And I'm like, and I'm also a degenerate gambler. So, you know, I like to be informed about how I'm going to lose my money.
So it actually isn't like implemented at all yet?
No.
They just have
framework. So they're leaning towards late January for retail and March for mobile.
Yeah. Because then I explained to them the temporary license situation where there's like 15 temporary licenses, but there's only going to be like 12 permanent or whatever the fuck the numbers are. What I said was like, there's more temporary licenses issued than permanent license will be. And the temporaries are only good for like a year, whatever. And then just because you have a temporary doesn't mean you're guaranteed to have a permanent. So, you know, and I said there could be Caesars, right? For an example, could be granted a temporary license. You might be able to book, put stuff in on the mobile app, and then come the following year, they don't get a permanent license, and now you can't bet with them anymore. And they were like, "Oh, no way, that's not really true." And I was like, "Nope, I promise you that's exactly how it happens." And then that's when they asked me like, "Oh, how do you know so much about this?" Yeah. So bunch of fucking cockbags. But what was the big one? What was question? Is it question 2? Yeah, I voted yes on 2. So that was the insurance, the dental insurance one that would force the insurance company to spend at least 83% on premiums or give the money back to the people at the end of the year. So I'm really interested. That's really the only one I give a shit about.
What was that one?
Stupid.
The driving test or something.
No. So question 4 was whether or not we should repeal the law that already was put out that illegal aliens can get driver's licenses.
From what I read, and I probably read it wrong. Like I was under the impression that they were just gonna start like just randomly testing people, like or just had like an extra test or whatever.
No, it was for people that are not legal citizens. So because Massachusetts is the fucking, the greatest place in the fucking world, according to these assholes, and they're so nice to everyone and welcoming, they decided to just outright pass a law that said that illegal immigrants can apply for and obtain a driver's license despite not being a citizen. So question 4 was, should we keep this law or should we get rid of it? Basically, that's what it came down to. I voted to get rid of it because I think it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So we'll see. I don't think any of the polls have closed yet. I think in Massachusetts, they stay open until 8:00. So it's not, I don't even think if I wanted to find any of those like tracker, like updater things, I don't even think I could find any because
I think Florida's already called a couple results.
Yeah, I'm watching CNN right now, and they're saying they're 66% in.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you guys, I'm over the fucking election and all that shit. But now, again, something's happened in Arizona, and it's like now it's becoming again Republicans versus Democrats. It's like you people. So the election is full of insufferable assholes too. I mean, moral of the
Yes.
story is everything is like the problem with everything is insufferable assholes.
Yes.
And it's like we can't just have a now. I don't know if the machine's broken or not, but we can't have. Oh, the machine's broken. Oh, that's inconvenient for the people trying to vote. Like, see, this is what happens. This is what happens.
Yeah.
They're taking the election.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is they? Who's they?
It's the same shit as far as like the whole like vaccine thing and like people dying, like because that thing on Twitter. You can find stupid people anywhere, but there's a lot of stupid people on Twitter that are like, oh, this person was 33 years old and died suddenly and like got the vaccine like 18 months ago. What do you think it was? And it's like, dude, people die unexpectedly all the time. Like,
yeah, I mean, the
it's
person who had a
very
seizure in their
unfortunate.
sleep fucking probably had a seizure in their sleep.
Yeah, like it's very unfortunate, right? But like it happens, dude. Like people die at 22 years old for random unknown reasons. Like it just happens. Like, but for these people to be like, yeah, well, they were vaccinated and it was the vaccine that caused it. It's like, all right, well, you can fuck off. So I look at that the same way as I look at this with the voting machines, right? When the voting machine breaks, they're like, yeah, see, there's a conspiracy. Or wait for it.
Maybe the machine.
Maybe the
fucking
machine's a fucking piece of shit because it's the same machine that they've been using for 30 fucking years.
It's owned by a fucking local government. Why would you expect it to work?
They use it at most twice a year and they don't maintain it.
Nothing in local government works very often. People, machines, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So why the fuck would you expect them to work under the gun?
Yeah. Like not everything has to, like, trust me, I do love a good conspiracy, but like not everything has to be a fucking conspiracy. Oh, the voting machines broke. See, they don't want us to vote for this. Nope.
Oh, they said I could drop off my ballot, but if I wanted to do that, I would have done it days ago. I came here to vote in person.
Yeah,
you are
okay.
a fucking idiot.
Cool, man. So don't fucking vote then, I guess.
Yeah, because I guess you're not voting in person.
Yeah.
Or you're waiting 3 hours. Like,
yeah. It's just people are so fucking dumb about everything.
And they make the biggest fucking stinks about shit that just does not fucking matter at all.
Yeah, literally doesn't matter.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Every result that doesn't go your way is rigged. That's how it
works. That's literally what happened. Like,
yeah. Sometimes your team loses. That does happen. Ask the Bills this past weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
They fucking lost to the Jets.
Ask the 07 Patriots.
They lost to the fucking Giants.
Sometimes your team loses. Like, it's okay. You might win, you might win what? 19 games or 18 games and lose one, but it happens. I saw this video. Someone sent it to me the other day. I forget who it was, but it was maybe it was like last week or 2 weeks ago at this point. But it was a video. It was a clip of Hillary Clinton on a TV show, and she was already saying like, well, the Republicans have a tendency to rig elections and things like that. Like she's already like sowing the seeds of doubt and like being like, if we lose this election, it's not because we actually lost. It's because there was a conspiracy against us. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what's the point?
This is why, like, even now, I almost like don't vote out of spite. Mostly, it started as laziness, and I could justify it as I really don't know what I'm doing. Like, I wouldn't want me voting if I was someone who knew what the fuck I was doing, because I'm just gonna go in there and pick random shit. Like,
yeah,
that's not how you're supposed to vote. That is not the like real heart of voting. It's
Right.
not go in there and pick random shit. You're supposed to fucking vote. Like that's what you're supposed to.
The funny thing is because I voted early. I voted last week. And I wasn't gonna vote, but after we talked about it on the podcast and we talked about question 2 and all that, the more and more I thought about it, I was like, I kind of just want to vote just to vote on that one question, just to really try and fucking stick it to the insurance companies and like hopefully affect some like greater change, right? Because we talked about that already, like the cascading change that could happen if that does get passed, not only across the country but also for health insurance too. So I was like, I want to vote just so I can vote on that. And truthfully, like you said, I went in, I don't fucking really know much about anybody that was on there. And then like if there was, say there was 10 positions, right, that were open, I would say at least 4 of them were running unopposed. Like it was literally like one name or the write-in. So I was like, well, okay, I guess I'm going to vote for this person because they're literally the only person
I guess I'm
there.
writing someone in today.
Yeah. And
that's how I would have looked at it. That's how I would look at it is if you're running unopposed, then I'm writing in.
Yeah.
Why would I vote for you if you don't have competition?
Right.
Fuck
right.
you.
Fred Leo.
Yeah.
Like imagine that you run unopposed and you only get like 62% of the vote. How much of a fucking loser do you have to be?
Yeah. And then I voted for a deal only because I know nothing about either of them, but I only because of the whole balance of power and stalling everything basically, right? Like that's what Elon Musk actually got in trouble for. Well, I'll get to that in a second, but like Massachusetts, super liberal, super Democrat. Everyone's a fucking Democrat. So to have someone in charge that's a Republican is a good balance, right? Like that's what you want. Like that's the whole fucking purpose of our government is to have balance. Like not to always vote blue no matter who or vote red until you're dead. Like that's not how that shit works. Like there's supposed to be like a balance and you vote for who's the better candidate. But so my rationale of why I voted for deal was for the balance part, right? Because I was like, well, in a fucking state as blue as Massachusetts, we should probably have a Republican governor because balance, like, right? Like it's how shit works. So anyway, Elon Musk just got fucking raked over the coals on Twitter because he said something along those lines the other day. He tweeted out and he goes like, I'm going to butcher the paraphrase here, but he goes like, for any independent thinkers out there, I would advise you to vote for a Republican Congress because the executive branch is currently held by a Democrat, and this government is based off of checks and balances, and we don't want absolute power in either direction. But what did the Twitter mob do? They were like,
you can call them insufferable assholes.
Well, yeah. What did the insufferable assholes do? They went out and said, Elon Musk just bought Twitter just to tell everyone to vote Republican. And he wants people to vote Republican. He's a horrible Republican. He's a conservative. Fuck him. Where literally in the tweet, he said, because the president is a Democrat, we should vote for Republican Congress. Now, if you fast forward like 6 years from now and we have a Republican president, I'm pretty sure that Elon Musk might tweet, we should vote for a Democratic Congress because the president's a Republican. Like, that's basically what he said.
He's just a Trumper.
Yeah. Yeah, he loves Trump so much, he won't let him back on Twitter.
Did they make the determination that he's not coming back?
I don't think he's really made a open decision either way, but Trump has even come out himself and said, I don't want to come back because he has his own platform now.
Which is doing so well.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it's fucking insufferable assholes is actually what it all boils down to.
Oh, it always boils down to.
Did you guys have any other like interesting or anything of substance that was on your ballot, like the questions?
No, that was the weed thing was the big
I mean,
thing.
legal weed's pretty big, right? Like
Yeah.
that's
I think one was kind of a no-brainer where you have to live in a municipality that you're running for like 6 months, and that's kind of like a no-brainer. Like you should live where you're running. I don't know.
yeah, I feel like that's should be pretty straightforward.
Yeah, and then there
is
was
that not already in place?
not in Maryland.
Sick.
No, that's one of those things that's like it started out as I could imagine like the framers, right, of the country being sitting down being like, hey, do you think we should like put this in that like, you should probably live where you represent? And I could see them all sitting around at the table and be like, I mean, do we really need to put that in there? I mean, that's pretty straightforward, right? Like, why would you represent
Why would I
somewhere
represent
that you don't
Virginia
live?
if I live in fucking Rhode Island?
Yeah, exactly. Like I could see that conversation happening while they're drinking fucking beer and talking about how much they hate the redcoats. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they'd be like, you imagine how long that horse ride would be if you didn't live in Virginia and you represent it. Like, obviously, you should live. We don't need to put that in there. You know what? Fucking John Hancock, like you're a fucking dickhead for even proposing that because that's so absurd that we would never run into that problem.
Yeah,
and now you fast forward 300 years later, and everyone is like, oh shit. We should probably put this in writing because people are such fucking cunts. They're going to take advantage of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the first question. And I think the only other thing was like renaming a court system. Like the Maryland Court of Appeals to like the Supreme Court.
That's cool.
Hey guys, thanks for coming out to vote. We really needed that.
Yeah.
I goddamn sick.
I need a new job title. I don't want to be the state appeals court. I want to be called the Supreme Court.
I want to be a dentist.
Yeah. Fuck off. Did you do the exact same thing? Does your job change at all? No. I just want to be called the Supreme Court. Oh, okay, cool. So how about you fuck yourself then? Yeah, you're going to get a no vote from me, dog. Oh shit. You know what? We didn't cover this on Sunday's episode, or I guess Monday's episode when it came out with Mitch, because we were enthralled with Mitch's stories. But this past weekend was daylight savings time. And on the theme of insufferable assholes, I fucking hate everybody. And I hate the people that are already bitching about the potential adoption of permanent daylight savings time. So for any of you plebs that don't understand daylight savings basically just flips on and off, right? So right now, daylight savings is off. So technically, if you want to get fucking weird about it, when we're in the summertime and the sun sets at 9:00, technically that's really 8:00 because we have created this thing called daylight savings time that pushes the clocks back, right? No, it pushes them forward. So when the sun sets at 9:00, it's really actually 8:00. Like that's the summertime time is fake time, basically. Like daylight savings time is a man-made concept. Technically, all time is a man-made concept, but I haven't smoked enough weed to get into that or done enough mushrooms to talk about that. So
fucking dude.
Yeah. We can talk about that when we take a trip to Maryland. But so what they're going to do is adopt daylight savings time as permanent time so that in the summertime, basically nothing changes, right? Like summertime is summertime, nothing is going to change there. But in the wintertime, it's going to be dark in the morning, probably until like 7 a.m. roughly. But the sun will set at like 5 instead of 4, which is fucking miserable. If you live, anyone that lives in the Northeast or anyone that lives on a northern latitude, you know that it fucking sucks in the winter because it starts to get dark at like 3:30 in the fucking afternoon in December. And all of these people are out there being like, you're just not morning people. I need the sun in the morning. Fuck off, dude. I don't give a fuck. Are you awake? Yeah. Are you going to be any more awake because the sun's up? Fuck you. Like, I want the sun in the afternoon, right? Like, there's nothing more depressing than when the sun starts to go down at 3:30 in the afternoon, and by 4 o'clock, it's fucking dark. Like, that sucks, right? Like, I would much rather just not have the sun come up until 7:15 and get sun until at least 5, right? Like, so also, we're not that has never actually been codified yet. It passed the House.
Didn't the dickheads like kind of figure that out, or they just proposed it?
No, it passed in the House, and the bill is still sitting in the Senate. Or vice versa. Like, it's passed one of the parts of Congress, but it hasn't passed the other one. And now we're about to get a whole new Congress, like literally today. So, good luck if you think that's going to get passed anytime before fucking March, when we have to turn the clocks again.
I feel like that's like something everybody can get behind too.
Yeah. Well, no, because that's what I just said. There's assholes out there, and I see them on social media. Shout out to Sagar and Jetty from Breaking Points. I actually like him. I like the show. But Sagar is one of those dickheads that's like, no, I need the sun in the morning. Like, what are you, just not a morning person? Like, you want it to be dark in the morning? No, dude, I don't want to be fucking miserable when it's dark in the afternoon. I want my sun in the afternoon. Is that so much to fucking ask?
What the fuck do you need the sun in the morning for? I just don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
All you do is go to work.
Yeah.
Assuming you work. And if you don't work, then your opinion does not matter.
Exactly.
I don't know. Like, I've never understood the appeal for the sun in the morning. What do you want to wake up and go for a walk? Fuck off, do it in the dark.
Yeah, you go for a walk in the morning
anyway.
In December when it's fucking 12 degrees outside. The best one was when we covered it like legit when it first like got the passed in whatever fucking part of Congress it got passed in. One of the arguments was abductions would go up because it's dark in the morning. Do you remember we talked about that?
Still fucking dark in the morning. I paid attention ever since that fucking day. I've paid attention to when the fucking sun rises. Every fucking time. Because I remember that argument. And I'm like, it's still fucking dark out and this bus is on the road.
Right. Well, also like our us two idiots on this fucking show came up with the easy concept of, hey, if someone wants to abduct your kids, they're probably not going to stop just because the sun came up. They're not going to be like,
boogeyman's down.
Oh, rats. Like, they're not vampires. They're not going to be like, oh no, the sun just rose. We have to turn around and go home. I guess we can't abduct anybody now. Like, they're still going to fucking do it. Doesn't matter. But like, that was like a legit argument that someone tried to make as to why they should not adopt daylight savings time permanently. Well, kids have to stand for the bus in the dark.
Yeah, and guess what?
Okay.
Their parents are all there now.
Yeah, exactly.
We were fucking left like feral pigs.
Yes, we were.
Now,
yeah,
my mother worked from home at the time so she could look out the window. But, I mean, she just let me go. And whatever I did from there was whatever. Because sometimes the bus would blow past me, and I'd have to fucking speed walk down to the next stop because it would go past, it would loop around and come back. So if it missed me on the first one, I could go the other way and get to the next stop. Like when it loops around.
Right.
And get picked up there. So like there were a couple times where I just had to go, but like now the parents are all out there.
Yeah, I remember growing up, like I walked to and from school
Uphill
garden.
both ways in the snow.
Barefoot, and like I could have just gotten taken, but like, my parents just didn't care.
No one wants me. I guess that's part of it. Like who thinks they're so appealing that someone wants them?
Yeah, that's
Too
stupid.
annoying, too stupid. Yeah, yeah. So every morning now I check and see what time the sun comes out, and I'm like, I just laugh. I go, it's not even fucking. The sun is not up early, and it's like, oh, I need the sun in the morning. The sun doesn't rise until like 6:30 right now. What the fuck is your morning? Like, what is morning to you?
Yeah.
Because like I look at morning as 6 a.m.
Right.
Like, what the fuck is your morning? Like 8? Like that is fucking late morning. Like
that is late.
That's like borderline lunchtime.
And 10-11 is midday. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what these people like. Oh, I need the sun in the. I need my sun in the morning. No, no, you fucking don't.
Spencer, do you need the sun in the morning?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, so what are you asking me? Do I need the sun in the morning?
Yeah, where do you stand on this daylight savings time bullshit?
I think it's bullshit. I think when I look out the window and I go, wow, a storm's a brewing. And I'm like, no, it's just 3:45, right? And then by 4 o'clock, it's pitch dark. That is completely unnecessary and should not be tolerated. And I hope after tonight's polls, that will be eliminated. Oh, is that not on the... That's not on the thing, huh?
No, it's not.
That's a shame. Let's talk about me for a sec. Check out this new microphone. Okay. All right. You see that? And then I get these $80 headphones. Okay.
You should really thank your wife for that, because I know how much you make at Compass. And
no, you don't.
That Shure microphone is really fucking expensive. That's like a $350 microphone.
Excuse me. My brother got it for me for my birthday because I turned 12. So yeah, I demand birthday presents.
Well, plus he probably got a raise once they trimmed some of the excess fat around the company.
Yep, that's right.
About a year ago.
That's right. That's right. So tell me about Matthew Jones. Where do we stand on him?
We tolerate him.
Yeah, he's a guy.
He's a guy that knows a guy. Okay. What is the deal with you guys not supporting my podcast?
You're full of shit. Where the fuck were you for fucking however many weeks that was?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, who do you think you are? Joe Rogan? You can just release a podcast whenever the fuck you want. People want schedules, right? People want consistency.
Nope, sorry. I was on vacation. I had writer's block for a brief moment of time. Listen, you guys don't understand. You can just hop on, right? Talk to your boys and all that stuff. I've been for months trying to get the following guests, and all three of them, with the exception of one, sorry, there's two of them that are absolutely booked. There is one that's giving me a hard time. Do you want to know the guests?
You're going to tell me anyway, so.
That's right. So check this out. We'll start slow. You're going to like this. We'll start slow. I'm going to start amateur hour. So we have Nick Penny from Augusta, Maine, who is a sword swallower. He was also in the Ripley's Believe It or Not, something with them. He was in the Guinness Book of World Records for, I think it's called acrobatic sword swallowing. I guess that's like a thing. But he plays with fire and shit like that too. So not only is he going to come on the podcast, but me and Rob are actually going to travel to him and watch his show and cover the whole thing. What he does to prepare leading up to swallowing swords. He eats light bulbs and shit. He does all that stuff. So we're going to talk to him.
Does he stick it in a potato and have it light up first?
You're going to have to tune in, Jared, and you're going to have to tune in and find out.
No spoilers.
So, I can't give it away, but I got some other ones here. I don't know if you guys remember. So this is one that's kind of giving me a hard time. We were supposed to do it tonight. No, sorry. We were supposed to do it yesterday. Rob backed out. We wanted to do it today, but he has another podcast he's doing.
Jesus Christ.
You guys are some
guy is good at asking questions, and all of a sudden,
yes, I mean
famous.
he does. I would say he asks the best questions, so I guess that's why he can decide. He's just like, we're not going to be around.
Well, guess what? His name is Brian Dunkelman. Are you guys aware of Brian Dunkelman?
No.
You guys ever hear of a show called American Idol?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, Bob, you're pretty good with pop culture there. How about you, Matt? You know American Idol?
I know American Idol.
All right, so the host of American Idol, we all know, a good friend of mine too, good friend of the show, Ryan Seacrest, right? So what I'm not sure if you do remember, but in season 1, there was 2 hosts of American Idol. It was Ryan Seacrest and Brian Dunkelman. Okay. Brian Dunkelman left the show after, I believe, the first season because he wanted to move on to bigger and better things, right? Thought he was.
I've heard of this guy.
Stand-up
I actually
comedian.
have heard of this guy now.
Yeah,
So,
I've heard of him.
Yeah, so he tried some things, right?
I'm
He did the
surprised
whole-
he's still alive.
He is too, believe it or not, because he did have a brief stint with thoughts of suicide, got into some drugs.
Easy to see that.
He tried to make light of the situation at first, right? Like he was on Howard Stern being the world's biggest loser contest. And so his whole thing was like, hey, I'm the biggest loser because I turned down like $1 million contract thinking I was going to move on to better things. Now he drives for Uber now, right? So, but he did that. Then it was, I'm going to have this documentary and I'm going to shit all over Ryan Seacrest, right? That did like, okay. And so now he's doing like fantasy football and stuff and he is available for podcasts. So yeah, your boy's going to be interviewing him. That should be good. But the grand finale, you guys are city boys and stuff. I think there's
Aaron Carter? Because you might have a tough time.
Well, we actually had him booked.
back.
We actually had him booked for March of 2023, and he owes me $150. So I don't know what we're gonna do, but you
Send
know,
a
that's
bill.
We'll get it all.
Invoice
squared
him.
away. Yeah, we get some paperwork to take care of.
Yeah, to
But
the
you-
estate of.
Do you guys know? You ever see the movie A Bronx Tale?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, you know C. Kalijaro, you know the kid, the little Robert De Niro, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be coming on our podcast. He did do 8 years in prison for killing. No, that's not funny. It sounds like he's born again, but he's doing some stuff. You know, you probably remember him from The Sopranos too. He got killed in one of the earlier seasons there. But yeah, he will be coming on our podcast. We're just figuring out if we're going to do it next week or the week after. So, yeah, what do you guys get going on?
You're looking at it.
Nothing good.
This is it, huh?
Yeah.
Yep. So one of the other things too is what we're doing is because, as you mentioned before, Jared, I am fully supported by my other half. So with that privilege, I will be traveling to Kentucky. We're covering the beef
On your wife's dime.
on my wife's dime, and I might treat Rob, or excuse me, we might treat Rob. I'm not sure, but we're gonna go to Kentucky to cover the Bigfoot excursion, 3-day expo. Well, it's not an expo, 3-day excursion. The location will not be disclosed, so I can't give you that. It is somewhere in Kentucky, but I've been told I cannot share where that will be. But it will be 3 nights, and we will be covering it, and you can check that out on YouTube. So,
Is Rob going to bring his equipment?
yeah, well, Rob's going to bring his equipment, but there's somebody very special that is strongly considering filming the event for us.
Is it Gene?
He's a friend of ours. He's a friend of yours. Yes. Gene Baptiste. Yes. So we're very excited about it.
So Jones, if you haven't heard, I don't know if you've heard some of the episodes that Spencer's actually been on,
Of course he
but
has.
he's got his own show, Reality Tonic. You can see
Yes.
the sign in the background over
Yes.
there.
See it. See
Yeah.
it.
And he interviews a bunch of random people to get their reality.
Yes. To kind of clear up what Jared said, they're not random people. They are specifically picked. Okay. It takes
Handpicked.
hours and hours and hours to find these people.
And sometimes it takes 3 months. I don't know.
Sometimes it takes 3 months. That's why I have to, I'm not just going to throw some garbage out there. You know what I mean? Everything we do, it's talent. You know what I mean?
I
So
figured you just took a sabbatical for 2 months because, it's hard work and you don't want to work too hard, right? Putting out a podcast. So
Right.
you needed a break. You needed a mental health break.
Yeah, I wasn't having fun anymore,
Yeah.
So then I just got back into it. I figured, hey, pick up where we left off, right? But none of you guys checked in on me.
I invited you to the wedding.
The day of, dude. Actually, I said, "Hey, you
No,
got anything?"
it was like
got
the week
anything?
before.
No, it was literally. If
You
I'll
were
give
like,
you,
"Hey, I'm gonna be in North Attleboro next week.
yeah, you got
What are
anything
you
going
doing?"
on? Yeah,
And I was like, "Dude," and I literally just ignored that and was like, "Do you want to come to the wedding?"
yeah. Oh, you knew where I was getting at.
Yeah,
You could tell.
yeah,
How was that? Was it good?
yeah. It was fun.
Did you ordain your own wedding, or
No,
okay, that's good. So you can ordain people.
I cannot.
I mean, you can marry people.
I paid for a certification for one day. So
Wow.
that one day in 2019, I think it was, I could marry as many people as I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Have you only done one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
So,
going to do
Bob-
Jones, but then COVID and everything and all that stuff.
So, Bob, do you think it's normal that I know this? Like, Jared's never told me about this. How do I know about this? Do you want to know why?
Listening right here. Has to
No,
be the only way.
no, because I
well,
would
then you can
creep on
fuck-
Jared.
Because
You
then
knew
you can
what?
fucking read minds. I don't know.
No, because I was obsessed with Jared for a brief moment in time, and then really got into my kids and stuff, and then figured out, I gotta get my
Decided to be a
priorities
good dad. So
decided to be a good dad. All of this is new. But yeah, I know a lot about Jared. I know his regular website. I won't announce that on the air. You can if you want to, but I'm not going to.
I mean, it was jaredmello.com. It's
Yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
secret there.
And it was like month 2 of me working here where I decided to message him on his website there. Like, that's not odd behavior to you guys? Like, Jared, why would you even entertain that in the first place?
Because I just fuck with you. I figured you were fucking with me.
I wasn't. This was the beginning. This is the beginning of a relationship that we were going to have, whether you liked it or not. And here we are, almost a year into my podcast. Do you know that? December of 2021 is when we started this bad boy.
Wow, look at
Yeah.
you, huh?
Yeah, I'm 16 episodes, baby. To be fair, there's 3 that we haven't aired. Just not ready to release those
Are you
yet.
too drunk? Because we've had a couple of those.
My guests were. That's
we were a little too fucked up to put them on air.
Yeah.
There was one where we got too fucked up and put it on air, and we didn't even fucking remember.
Yeah,
I've
the
seen some
post Super
sloppy
Bowl
ones.
one.
The Super
I've seen
Bowl
some
one.
sloppy ones with you guys, where there's like 12 of you and 3 microphones, and there's like girls sitting on the floor and stuff.
And
I don't
everyone's
forget what it
yelling.
was. Yeah, everybody's just shooting the breeze.
Side conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jones, you got laundry day or what's going on?
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, I hear that.
But who's the most interesting interview you've had so far?
Jeez. I still am a fan of Daniel Dahmer. He wasn't as big of a as big of a draw as I thought he was going to. So let me tell you a little bit about him. Jones, can I call you Jones?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a gentleman that I found. It was episode 3. He identified himself as Daniel Dahmer, which is Jeffrey. He called himself Jeffrey Dahmer's nephew. This was pre-Dahmer on Netflix and all that stuff, right? So his thing was, I'm a young Jeffrey Dahmer. I'm a serial killer, and he has songs like, Jared, you know a song, right?
They were all like fucked up, like rap.
Yeah,
like
he's a horrorcore rapper. So he had songs like "You Ain't Got No Bitches Sucking Dick for Crack, Yo," "My Balls Hang Like Jesus," like literally just like the craziest stuff. And he had like high production videos too. So he was like spending a lot. It's kind of like what I do. He's spending some money on some complete nonsense. But so he was doing that when I found him. It was a great interview. He lived in Detroit, and he's part of like that kind of like Insane Clown Posse kind of, Juggalo kind of thing. But he had a decent following. He's doing it, when he flips wrestling toys as his full-time job, like literally wrestling action figures. This dude was the real deal. Check it out. That's number 1. Number 2, he then decided he doesn't like the Daniel Dahmer thing. And this is conveniently right before the Dahmer documentary came out. He decided that he was going to be Hollywood Coke Hogan. Okay. Coke, as in cocaine. And he shaved the top of his head, just had like the sides. He's wearing his glasses, and he like spray painted the beard. This was like NWO Hulk Hogan, like not
Hollywood Hogan.
Yeah, Hollywood Hogan, right? But Hollywood Coke Hogan. So then he has a new partner in crime there, Dusty Loads, named after the wrestler Dusty Rhodes. So he does this. He goes into these things. Like, soon as Dahmer could have been huge for him, right? He changed his name to Hollywood Coke Hogan. Now he's Danny Dallas, and he's doing the whole wrestling thing. So he walks around Detroit like Hulk Hogan or Coke Hogan and just like talks a bunch of shit. And I'm trying to get him back on the show, but I cannot talk to him. It's always like, oh yeah, brother, gonna be whatever. Like everything's a wrestling promo. You know, he's wants to get me in the squared circle and all this stuff. So I'm going to try to get him back on. But yeah, I find him the most interesting guest for sure.
Sounds like he's thriving.
He is thriving. He's just doing his thing. Afterwards, when I talked to him, I was like, so dude, like, tell me the truth. You live in your parents' basement or like, what's the deal? Because he's like around my age, even though he told me he was 16 because he's, you know, he's a young Jeffrey Dahmer. No, he's like 33 or something. And he lives in Detroit and he's able to fully support himself because his rent is like $700 a month because it's Detroit.
Yeah.
Right. So he literally makes enough money flipping toys and whatever. He says he's not on any government assistance. So if Hollywood Coke Hogan can survive in this world and have a media platform, like all of these things, why can't we all pick ourselves up by the bootstraps and make something of ourselves? You know, like Coke Hogan, you know? So yeah, he's one of my favorite guests for sure. They've been crazy. We have Elvis impersonators. There's this guy, I just released the episode yesterday, but posted on Instagram today. Trevor Phipps, who is the lead singer of the metalcore band Unearth. Okay, so if you're big in the metal scene here, you would know who they are. I didn't really know who they were, but they're huge in Europe. Like you see them playing like festival, like almost.
I've heard.
You've heard of Unearth?
Yeah.
So that dude, Trevor Phipps, goes to school, or his son goes to school with my son. So when I first saw him, I'm like, is that dude like a magician or something? Like he just had like long black hair. I told him this too. I was like, when I saw you, I knew you were something. I didn't know like if you were like a magician or whatever. He's just staring at me like, I'm not a magician, right? But like, you know, he's a rock star. So you see these shows, you see these crowds that he's performing in front of, but the dude lives in friggin' like Pepperell, like, you know, like the town right next door to me. It's like the weirdest thing. So he's like pretty big here, but he's huge in Europe and stuff, which I found very fascinating.
Pretty dope.
Yeah. And we're going on tour with them. We're going to do something in Australia. I need to get his label to pay for it because my team, we can't cover that right now.
The production companies, funds are frozen in the production company.
Our money's tied up in different places right now. So
yeah, my accountant wouldn't approve of the expense. So
yeah, not now. We got some.
It's a recession, dude.
But we're also gonna try to like make some money instead of like spending a bunch. Like, so I think that's something we're gonna really look into in 2023.
Yeah. Hashtag goals.
Yeah. You guys should do something like that. You should make some money.
I mean,
I'm all for it.
Yeah. I like making money.
You like that idea? Sounds like a good one, right?
That's it. Yeah. Did you come up with that all by yourself, or I guess gave you that one?
Yeah. Well, at first I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't like it. Oh wait, I like it, but you know what would be even better? You know what would make me like it more is if I could get paid for it. So now I'm riding this wave. But you know, don't worry. 3 episodes from now, you won't even hear from me for another year. So that's how I roll. You know, big goals, and then I get tired. So
yeah, you know, it's mentally draining. You know, it's mental health is important.
Yeah, it's a grind.
Yeah.
Do you guys have webcams, or do you just use your computer thing? Like
I use my computer.
Computer.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys aren't streamers. Sorry, you don't have a gamer chair, so with the tag still on it. Because I bought it
when you decide you don't want to do the podcast anymore, you can just return the chair.
Yeah. Well,
So,
I bought this for $10 from a lady who I'm pretty sure was just like being nasty to her son, because these chairs are not $10.
No, they're not. They're like $300.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, you getting rid of it?" Yeah, my son, I don't want to play video games anymore. I'm like, can you imagine what really happened? Like, ugh, that kid's probably jumped out a window, you know? So, yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on right now. So that's it.
Nice.
All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Be good, huh? Yeah. But
so
go ahead.
Speaking of the making money thing, Jones and I were talking the other day, and we actually came up with an idea, potential spinoff. Jones, you want to float it out there?
Yeah, so I think it was like what we're just doing a cooking show, cooking
What
podcast.
What are we cooking? Like real cooking? Like normal cooking?
Yeah, like cook.
Yeah. It started like we were going back because so I made I cooked
Initially brought up.
yeah, I cooked a duck breast the other night because I went to Wegmans this past weekend, which
Oh shit.
I'll get to. That's actually going to be my final thought. And I got a duck breast, and I was like, yeah, duck is pretty fucking sick. So I just took a picture and sent it to Jones, and he sent me his dinner that he was cooking, and I was like, it was great. We love food. We talk about food, and I go, dude, we should do a fucking retarded cooking show. And I was like, between the three of us, like we could probably come up with like some pretty good shit. And yeah, and then we were like, let's hash it out on the podcast.
I think it's a great idea, but I also think you should get some affiliate stuff in there too, right? Like, all right, guys, what's going on? It's Jared from Sarcasm Speaks. Listen, you could use regular salt and pepper, right? And then you throw it, right? Then you go, but why not grill your ass off, right? And then like use the gunpowder or whatever, and then start highlighting some stuff. And then you can work
seeing
on
that
the
I
album.
exclusively only use grill your ass off products. I mean,
Yeah. No, I hear that. I gotta stop promoting that stuff at the end of my podcast. I don't know why I do that. It's like it's not at the beginning, it's at the end. You know, people stop. My listener retainer rate is like 14 minutes, so I need to you know, I can't wait an hour so nobody will hear it. But yeah, I think that's a great idea. I think I would love to be featured on some episodes.
Do you actually cook, or does your wife do all the cooking?
Actually, I do all the cooking.
She makes all the money and does all the cooking and takes
Yeah.
care of the kids.
I open up like all the cans of soup and
You
I
just-
put them in the thing, right? And I click the little what do you call that there? Little dial, and that's
What
it.
do you do here?
I just let it do its work. You know?
You just disappear in the morning to go to work,
yeah,
and then you come back later in the afternoon. You're like, oh
Yeah.
man, I had a tough day at work today.
yeah,
Oh, what'd you do? Oh, I hung out with this guy Scott for
yeah.
like 7 hours. All we did was just look up YouTube
Yeah, I'm
videos.
so tired. There's been days where I come home from work and I literally have the nerve to be like, I'm so tired. Like, just give me a second to breathe. I'm like, the last hour was me and Scott like taking out the trash. You know what I mean? Like having to not doing anything. But I literally have to. I have the nerve to be like, let me shut my eyes for a minute. You know. So, but I cook Greek food because I'm a Greek. You know. I grill because that's what we're supposed to do, and I boil a mean bowl of pasta. That's for sure, fellas. Al dente in this bitch. You know what I mean? Al dente.
Greek style.
Greek style.
Yeah.
I like how everything. Oh, it's Greek. This. It's like, okay, so you put feta cheese on it. Like that's Greek. That's what makes
And
it.
there's an olive on the plate.
Yeah, there's one olive on in the center of a fucking random thing, and you're like, yeah. I discovered that when I was little. I'm like, why is this Greek food? Oh, because you did some lemon or some shit, you know, like garlic with some garlic on there. But,
Use yogurt.
I don't use yogurt. The tzatziki sauce, I believe, is you know, Jared's a big fan of that. He's very cultured.
Yeah, big tzatziki guy.
Yeah. Yeah, just love Greek food. I make it. That's it. All right.
Oh, it's actually probably better than ranch.
I don't eat ranch. That shit'll kill you.
Ranch fucking sucks.
I don't like. Yeah, I don't do ranch, blue cheese, mayo.
No, mayo's gross.
Dude, you guys need to work with me at the Worcester Palladium. $16 an hour. We'll get you over there. It's about, you know, $50-$60 in gas, but it is so worth it. Because I got to see 311. I got to see Guar. I saw Guar last week. Yeah. And,
how were they?
They were, so it kind of sucks working when Guar's there. I'm not going to lie, because you're in the front. And they literally just sprayed the back of my head for like 45 minutes straight. And I'm not exaggerating. It was like, stop, right? Because one of the guys goes, dude, I know you've been to this show, but like, don't turn around. And I'm thinking like, oh, why? Because it's like inappropriate. They're like, no, don't turn around because they're going to squirt you in the face. Like, and I'm like, all right, well, I still want to check it out. So literally all I did was this. And I just got blasted with like blue, green, and red shit. It was a sick show. Hold on, let me show you what I looked like. Hold on. All right. So this is one of them. This is when I got home. This is me working the show, by the way. Hold on. I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, it's pretty sick glare on your screen.
Oh wait, do you see the makeup, like the war paint? Oh wait,
No,
you can't
all
really
I
see.
see is a guy that's would be on like the side of a fucking milk bottle or in a post office.
Just look at my feet. That was with shoes and like pants on. Look at that. Look at those feet.
Yeah, those feet match the picture of the guy that would be in the post office.
It's like, what's up, dude?
Wandering around in a potato sack with no shoes on.
Yeah. Hey, you guys got a bathroom I can use?
I swear I'm not going to do heroin. I really have to pee.
Yeah. So there was like, and I have to drive home in this shit, right? So, oh, by the way, the guy had like a duty belt, like with like 9 dicks on it, like not even like just all around his waist, and they were all shooting out stuff. And these girls, like there's a couple girls there, and it was like, it was insane. So I go to Dunkin' Donuts, and there's this kid that I haven't seen in a long time. Like pulling a Chelmsford because it was on the way home, and I haven't seen him in a long time. And another kid had some like serious psych issues and stuff. So I used to do karate with him back in the day. And I'm like, first of all, I don't know why that's funny because it's a martial art. It's another art form that I've done in the past. But anyways, I go there, order my food. I go, oh, what's up, man? Do you remember me? He's like, no. I go, I'm Spencer. He goes, did we used to LARP together? And you know what LARPing is, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, no, we did karate. Like, like it's way cooler, right? He's like, yeah, I only thought like, I remembered you from LARPing because of like the war paint. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know like if you just got back from like an event or something like that. So I have to explain like how I was just in like a big puddle of blood for an hour and a half versus like LARPing, because that's cooler. But it was just interesting to see.
No, I work security at a concert venue.
Yeah. Sorry, I work about an hour away. I spend way more money getting there. I when it all equals out, I probably made about $15, and then I got a free concert ticket. Like when you do all the math out, that's all it is.
You got to see Guar though. That rocks.
Got to see Guar. That was sick. A lot of like, there's like some metal bands. Meshuggah. I don't know if you know who they are, but they're like, that was crazy. A lot of rap shows and stuff. And I went to Hyperglow. You know what that is? No. It's like a rave for like, it's like a legal rave like that. It's like a traveling college tour. So they have like the DJs and
like the old Barstool shit was back in the day.
Yeah, like ecstasy and stuff. And like it was really cool because they were like, yep, you just anybody that doesn't have a wristband, just kick them out, throw out their drinks, do whatever. So you can imagine, like, I'm already a tough guy. So if you're under 21, I am I literally ruined like 12 lives, like easily ruined their lives that night. And then I just inconvenienced a bunch more people. Like I would just blow up everybody's spot. Like I would just watch a guy having a drink with a girl, and I just go over, I take his drink and just throw it right in the trash right in front of him. And then he's like, dude, what the fuck? I'm like, what, do you want to leave? Like that's he's like, well, no, but that drink was $12. I'm like, should have had your wristband, buddy, and then just did that all
maybe
night.
If you weren't 19.
Yeah. There was one girl, she must have been 16 years old, and she was giving me the most shit. And I'm like, you and I both know you're not supposed to be here right now, right? But it was an all-age event. That's what's crazy.
Oh, yeah, it's one of those.
It wasn't even 18 plus. It was just all ages. So it's like, it's a recipe for disaster. So I basically told her I was going to call her parents. So that's like the only threat you can do, But she was crying, a lot of drugs, a lot of fun, And I made about $38 doing that for 6 hours. So it's cool.
It's pretty awesome.
Can you imagine how pissed off my wife gets during her Zoom meetings because this is the background she has to do? She's like, hey guys, just want to go over a couple patient records, and she's just like trying to click out of the thing,
She has to set a background, like one of
it's always
virtual
blurry.
Backgrounds.
Hey, I'm at the beach.
Yeah. Or sometimes she'll do like the blurry one, but you can still see all like the silhouettes of all the shit back here. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, she's definitely in support of this. I told her there's a lot of money to be made. I got to start producing,
Yeah, for a little while, I'm going to need you to pay for everything.
Yeah.
But, don't worry.
Think of it as an investment. You're investing in our future.
Yeah.
So
eventually I'll be famous.
That's what I tell her. And like, if she's like, don't be up all night, like doing shit downstairs, and I was like, "This is our future," But like, realistically, I do about an hour altogether of like podcast stuff, and then I just get lost on YouTube.
Yeah. Meanwhile, she's basically like a fucking doctor.
Yeah,
She's trying to do doctor shit.
Yeah.
It's like in School Rock. It's like, are you gonna be screwing around like this all the time? It's not screwing around. It's creating podcast fusion.
Yeah,
Like, you're gonna be creating podcast fusion all the time.
Exactly. But I have the nerve to be like, why are you so tired all the time? Like, why are you so grumpy? Like, life's easy, relax, And sometimes I get mad that I'm even mad. I'm like, why are you upset with anything right now? Everything is great. Everything, But, that's how life is. You don't know what you got till it's gone. So, let me.
One day you're gonna come home and your key's not gonna open the front door.
Right. You'll like this. You know what this is? Of course, you know what this is.
Yeah, she was on the. She was one of the guests on the show.
Who was that? Davian?
Yeah, Davian, episode 8. You remember her?
Told you. You
Yeah.
think I don't listen? Try to tell me I don't listen. Try to tell me I don't support the show.
That's my girl right there. Let's talk about algorithms for a second, or analytics, or whatever the word is. I started uploading YouTube shorts. There's some that I put on there and I get probably like 15 views, and that's like for like 3 weeks worth of time. It was like 15. But there's some I put on there and it blasts up 2,000, 2,500. I haven't hit 3,000 yet, but like within an hour. And I don't know if it's a time thing. Like, I just got to figure out like the right time to do it. But it's not like the content's any better. It's the same shit. But you get a lot of hits.
You guys, I noticed that with Instagram Reels.
Yeah.
Like when you post a reel, it gets like significantly more views in the algorithm than it would like a regular post.
Yep. Yeah, I gotta figure that whole thing out. I might take a social media class.
See, when I used to work for Compass, I had a lot more free time, so I could do a lot more shit, like a dumb shit, like make reels and edit videos and cut clips out. But now that I have my job now, I have less free time.
Ooh, big strong man, fancy new whatever. Right? With his full-time job. Oh, do you know what my current place of employment is doing for the first time?
What's that?
They're offering a one-time buyout of your sick time at 100%. So you can take up to 150 hours and you don't get like, you know how like when you were able to buy back your sick time, but it was 50 cents on the dollar. So you were kind of like getting screwed, but if you needed the money, it's there. This is one time they're doing it where you get 100% of your sick time in a check.
What's the benefit there?
The benefit. So they
have a workforce that can't take as much time off.
Yeah. No,
I guess. So is this for 2023?
The deadline
year ending 2022.
The deadline is November 15th to submit your stuff. You can take like 80 hours, 100 hours, or 150. The only thing that they mandate is that when it's all said and done, no matter how much you take out, you still have 80 hours left over. So like 2 weeks. So nobody can like take out so much where you're under 2 weeks. But I don't know what I know they were chalking it up to, hey, during COVID, you didn't get a chance to go out as much. I mean, yeah, you didn't get a chance to like, I don't know what I think they're saying like you didn't need to use your sick time because you were just home all the time. So you didn't even need to say you were sick, even if you weren't working. But everybody like,
even if you were working, you weren't leaving home even though you were supposed to.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
People do that.
So yeah, shocking. So yeah, you can buy it out. So I don't know. I might do it.
How much time you got?
220 hours.
Yeah, why not?
And you got to keep 80. Do you roll all of it?
I don't know what that means, Jared.
It doesn't expire. We had one bank. So you were maxed out at, I think it was 265 hours or something like that, or 267.5, something like that. Was like, when you hit that, that's the cap. But like, it's one bank of time and that's it. Like, there's no like sick time, vacation time, personal time. It's like, that's all of it.
Yeah, it was all in one. You had your bereavement time. That was like 3 days separate and you get like a couple things, but yeah, there was no vacation versus sick time or anything. It's all in one pot.
Do they have holidays too?
What's
Because
that?
my old job, it said that you could have like holidays off. You could take vacation for holidays.
No, we got holidays too.
Yeah, we
Yeah, and you could work because we can flex our time and stuff. So like if you did have like Columbus Day off or something, but like you wanted to work that in replace of like taking a Friday off instead of that Monday, you could do that.
I used to do that shit all the time because the kids were off. So I would just go see all of the kids
Yeah.
on Columbus Day and then just take Friday off.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But yeah,
And also have nothing to do the rest of the week because I already saw everybody.
right. Right.
People made that job way fucking harder than it needed to be.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's just
And I'm sure they
Adam,
still do.
no comment, my friend. Because no comment, but
they have the
Yeah.
same asshole problem that everyone else has.
say it again.
Same insufferable asshole problem that everyone else has.
It's just a lot. I mean, literally, people are saying I'm overworked and I'm underpaid. And it's like, well, the first part, you're definitely lying. Like, you're not definitely lying. I don't know if I just can't. I know times are different. I know maybe I'm like a grumpy old man, but if you're 24 years old and you're starting off making 50 something $1,000 a year, because that's like what the base pay is now, it's 50. I think that's pretty impressive, right? Like, let's say you're living at home and you're 22, or it's like that's crazy money.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
if you're fresh out of college to, like you said, 23 years old making 50, like that's pretty fucking good.
That's what I'm saying. But no, you have people that are like, oh, we're so underpaid. I'm literally like, dude, try somewhere else.
Like how
just,
much do you want it? Like, do you want 6 figures to do this job? Because you ain't getting it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's the problem that they're having in general is, whatever your major is in school or whatever, you think you're going to walk out making 6 figures to start. And then you're like, 38,000. What? There's got to be something better. But,
Yeah. I mean, when I started there, the starting salary was 38. That's what I started at.
yeah, I started at 35 and then you bump up to 38.
Yeah.
And then after like 90 days, now it's 48 and then you bump up to 50 like right away.
Wow.
Yeah.
Inflation.
Yeah, and then not to mention you get a raise every year. It's like a pretty decent raise,
Yeah.
And I don't know. Well, now the other thing is, oh well, I've been here 3 years and I make 53, but the person walking in is making 50. I'm only making $3,000 a year more than them. How is that fair? I've literally worked in places where sometimes the person coming in brand new is making more money than the guy that's,
Yeah, I
like,
would say,
Yeah.
God forbid they hire someone fucking skilled. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's weird. The again, I might be a grumpy old man, but the work ethic, it's not even like going to shit. It's gone. There's nothing there anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I experienced that. We just hired a new person and she's like 24, 25.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. I don't get paid enough. I'm like, yo, you've been here for like, I'm not shitting you. You've been here for 3 weeks. Like this girl has literally worked with us for 3 weeks and she's already complaining about not getting paid enough and like bitching that she has to work like nights and weekends. And it's like, that's part of the job. Like when we move people, right? Like sometimes we have a client that won't allow us to move during normal business hours, which means we need to do all of the move activity on off hours, which is nights and weekends. So if you don't like that, why are you here?
But the other part, now keep in mind, 3 weeks ago, I'm sure she was told that during her interview. And she's going,
for sure.
And she's going, yep, I can do whatever. Anything's for anything.
Yeah.
It's like, so who's the scumbag here, us or you? Because
she worked one day of a move where she worked until like 10 o'clock at night and she was bitching about it. Like, I don't get paid enough.
She probably
It's
came
like
at 7.
Exactly. It's like you didn't start until like 4 in the afternoon.
That's what we're running into, I've noticed, is these people aren't starting their days till like 1 or 2 in the afternoon, and then they work till 8, and then they're like, I was in traffic, and I didn't get home till 8:30. It's like, yeah, but you didn't start your day till 2. So let's call a spade here. All right.
Yeah, exactly. I used to do that shit. I used to work there. Like I used to go see the kids. Like the job kind of sucks when the kids are in school. Because you can't really see the kids when they're in school, so you have to wait till they're out. So like you basically work from 2 to 8.
But there's not even, my biggest frustration is I'll go, you're not good at being bad. Like, you're not good at like trying to be, if you say you're working on Friday and you and I both know like you're probably not, like, because we know you're going on vacation on Saturday, you still need to answer the phone on Friday. If I
Yeah.
call you on Friday and your phone is off and
Yeah.
the person you're with, the phone is off and you haven't responded to any emails throughout the day, I know you're probably not even in the country or in the state at this point.
Yeah.
Like, and yes, you need to answer when I call, because from 9 a.m. until 3 in the afternoon, you put that you're checking emails and responding to phone calls. So you haven't, like, what are we doing,
Yeah.
But yeah, at least I was, you got to be good. It's just answer the phone. Answer the phone. Hello?
I like go up to Massachusetts all the time, and like I'll still be working, but I'll still like respond to emails and stuff. Just pretend that you're working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say one of the guys I play golf with, the guy, he plays so much fucking golf. And he's like top 3 salesman in his company.
Yeah.
Because he is on the phone a lot, and sometimes he pulls into the parking lot and he's on a conference call. Like, you figure it out, but it would be like him coming up to the first tee and be like, oh, can't believe I had a meeting this morning.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I haven't seen you go to a meeting ever. And I've known you for 4 years.
Yeah, it's crazy. The people that, you value those schedules. If you're like, oh man, I have a meeting, it's like, yeah, in between my golf game, right?
Yeah.
Like a plague.
You
It's
have a
10
meeting
a.m.
where you throw one headphone in on the first fucking tee and it's over by fucking third green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But whatever, these kids, I tell you,
They don't want to work.
They don't want to work. They don't want to work. But so is there a red wave coming, or do you think there's going to be some disappointments?
I think
so.
so.
I
We're
think we got
probably past that
Florida,
point, right?
Georgia. I saw Florida. Where the fuck is breaking 911?
It's tied in the Senate right now, 36 to 36.
Yep, I see that. How do I get like who's winning?
Beard, are you still like a hardcore Dr. Oz fan?
Me?
Yeah, you used to love Dr. Oz. I remember. This is before he even ran for. Jared
Really?
was always like, "Yeah, dude, Dr. Oz promoting this new." You don't remember that? You love Dr. Oz.
Well, that's news to me.
I'm just trying to be funny, guys. Just trying to start some rumors.
Yeah, I'm struggling right now to find this.
Hey, Florida's sick. Just got back from Florida.
How was that?
Awesome. Like, it's absurd there. Florida's one of those dangerous places because you definitely can do whatever you want, but if you mess up, like, they're throwing your ass in jail. It's like, yep, nope, free for all, do your thing, but just don't cross that line. They don't tell you what that line is.
Yeah, you don't know the line, but don't cross it.
So just because it's like New Hampshire, when they'll put you in jail for 90 days for your first DUI. You know what I mean? Like, you're in jail. So, but live free or die, baby. But yeah, Florida,
looks like Senators Todd Young and Tim Scott, both Republicans, one from Indiana, one from South Carolina, have held on to their Senate seats.
Okay.
So
that's not like, there's no like
no, nothing changed there.
All right.
Rubio won Florida too.
It should be no surprise there.
And then the psychopath from Georgia was reelected.
Wait.
Who?
Mary Tyler Green or whatever.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Wait, she got reelected?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's in? Like, she's all set?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You think Herschel Walker's going to win?
Yes, I do.
I hope he does.
So wait,
it's just a hilarious story.
What is he running for again?
Senate?
Oh, Senate. Yeah. See, I thought it was like like mayor or governor or some shit.
No, he only knows how to win. He went big.
That's right.
He has big seats too.
he's like, yeah, I'm just sitting there, and God's like, hey, you got to do this. So he's like, that's it. He's like, pronouns. What are even pronouns? I never heard of. What are even pronouns? Like, I think he genuinely doesn't know what it is.
They're in a dead heat. So in Georgia, 46% of the vote has been counted, and Warnock has 49.5%, and Herschel Walker has 48.7%. So they're literally, it's a dead heat.
Ugh.
It's going to be a runoff, so you have to get at least 50% of the vote. I don't think any.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what's that mean? If you don't get at least 50% of the vote, what?
So it goes to a runoff in December, and then whoever wins the runoff gets the seat.
Huh. What's up with Carrie Lake? How's she doing? Jared's friend there.
We don't know yet. Arizona is behind us. Their polls are still open.
Arizona,
it's only 6
5:58.
o'clock. Yeah,
the machines are broken and it's fucking fucked over there.
Oh, can I ask you
rigged.
something? You were a professor. Listen, tell me if this person's a dick. Okay. Oh, by the way, I was gonna have Andy Dick on the show, but he's got arrested for stealing power tools at the Home Depot. I really was gonna have him on the show. I'll tell you about that. $1,200 he wanted. I don't pay guests, you know.
Oh, he wanted an appearance fee.
Yeah, I have his phone number and everything. He blocked me now though because we got into an argument. But I'll tell you about it some other time. Where was I? Oh yeah. So go to school. My school's in Arizona, and it's a real school. That's all I'm gonna say. There's dorms and there's a football team. Okay, so there's a real school.
It's not American college.
I would say, would some call it the Harvard of online schools?
No, this is all right. Full disclosure: it's Northern Arizona University, and it's not fake. It's accredited.
I've heard of that.
Thank you.
I've heard
it's Flagstaff.
Yeah.
Division 9 football. So I'm doing my thing. There's a deadline, right, Jared? You know this. A deadline of 11:59 p.m. Right? The assignment's due on this date. You have until 11:59. So Arizona time, they're 3 hours behind, right? So regardless, I'm doing some stupid ass discussion board. So I need to go on there. Blackboard's not working. You're familiar with Blackboard. Not working. Not logging in. I try to go through the actual website. Not working. Just a constant reload thing. I call technical support because that's the right thing to do. And then it's a pre-recorded message, and it says, we're experiencing a huge outage, and if you're calling for that, we're already aware of it. We're working hard to fix the issue. So it's 10:45 my time, and if my math is correct, it's 7:45 over there, right? This assignment's not due until 11:59. So I can't log in, call technical support, so I decided to send the professor an email. Say, hey, I can't turn in the assignment. Sorry, I did try. I'll try again tomorrow or something. So that was Friday. The next day, Saturday, she writes, Spencer, I'm sorry for the mishap. Unfortunately, issues like this happen, and that is why you were given plenty of time to do the assignment. This is what happens when you wait until last minute. The grade of 0 still remains the same. And then I'm like, hey, professor, I'm unsure of how that is fair because I reached out to you hours before the deadline, letting you know I could not do the assignment because of an outage at the school, not because of not my internet, none of that stuff. Then she writes, is there a reason why you didn't submit the assignment to me via email so I could review your work that is supposed to be submitted on time? I said, yes. The reason is because I couldn't log onto Blackboard to see the assignment. And then she says, I'm going to call technical support to verify this. And I said, okay, right? So then 6 days goes by and she just responded and said, I called technical support and was able to verify that there was an outage from this time to this time. So I will give you a grade, which was an A, by the way, on a discussion board. It's very hard to do.
Credit to yourself.
Yes, credit to myself.
All of that just for a discussion board.
Yeah, and it's one of those reply to somebody else. It's like, hey, Jared, great post, blah, blah, blah. Something stupid. And she sends me a thing, I gave you a grade of an A. However, please be sure to submit assignments in on time and not submit it the last minute. I wrote, I will try to get assignments due earlier. However, me being a father and me being a full-time, me being employed full-time, I will guarantee that if I do submit an assignment, it'll be on or before the 11:59 deadline as required in the syllabus. Is she being unfair or am I the asshole here?
She's kind of being like, you should have just responded by just putting K.
I should have just wrote LOL, because the deadline is 11:59. I reached out to you 4 hours before the deadline. It doesn't matter if I submit a test at 11:59 on the dot. that test should be graded, right? Because it was before the deadline. Right? The deadline's midnight, basically, right? Like at midnight, it's all over. So, Jared, I know you're only partially listening to the story because you're busy. You, as a professor, would you ever pull that nonsense? What did I do to trigger her?
I mean, I can certainly respect the pettiness. I've definitely
Have you done that?
Yeah, not that in particular, but I've done similar things. Yeah.
What did I do? I didn't do anything wrong. It was an outage at the school.
No, in that case, there's nothing you could do. If the school's fucking website was down, like then it was down. Like it's fine, whatever.
What is the pettiest thing you've done as a collegiate professor?
I don't even know now. At this point, it's been a while. Someone didn't show up for a golf final that was literally 10 multiple choice questions. So I sent them an email that was like, you need to write me a biography on any golfer at a minimum of a minimum of 1,000 words due by this date, whatever. I think I gave them like fucking 48 hours to do it or whatever. And they didn't submit it. So I gave them an F in golf, which was a 1 credit activity class.
We discussed that. I go, because he was like, dude, it's a 10 question thing. And it's like, how many, like question 1 is how many holes are there in a round of golf? Like, it's not fucking hard here.
Right.
And I go, well, make him do some stupid ass assignment. Like, if he doesn't want to get an F in golf, like make him write a paper about, Craig Stadler or something.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Also known as the Walrus. Like,
yeah. But it's like one of those where like you couldn't show up for
if you can't be bothered,
10 question multiple choice,
that's an earned F.
Then you're gonna have to write me a minimum of 1,000 words.
Yeah, that's an earned F.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty nasty.
And they didn't do it, so I gave him an F.
That sounds like Jaima.
Yeah,
he would do shit. Well, remember the psychology class me and him took?
Yeah.
And I said, so you guys were playing probably Tony Hawk.
No, it was NCA. We were doing option attack.
Okay, whatever. It was in Shayderg. And I sat there and I didn't play any video games. I wrote my 4 one-page psychology papers, and my grade went from a fucking D to an A because I wrote these 4 one-page papers. And I did it in about, I don't know, an hour and a half, hour 15. And he decided not to and got a fucking D in the class.
Yeah, college. Yeah. So I'm kind of having like a nervous breakdown, I think, because I'm 34. I'm just starting a podcast. I'm going to be dorming at Northern Arizona next year. And just,
Is your wife paying for that too?
Yeah, my wife. Well, no, I have a scholarship through my wife.
Oh, okay.
And, yeah, I'm fully supported. I might, I think I'm just going to get plastic surgery and just do the whole housewife thing. Because at this point, I might as well get some fake abs and just fucking find a couple buddies to do yoga with. Because I'm doing everything but, might as well just go full on, all plasticky. Life is good. Mimosas.
Yeah, life is great.
Yeah.
On that note, I think it's time to start wrapping this up. Yeah. Would you like to lead us off? Or do you need a minute?
Do you like grilling? No. You go ahead. But yes, listen. Check out my podcast. You can find us on Instagram. Your name, Matthew Jones. There. Please feel free to add me on Instagram, or how was you follow me? Give me a follow. Like right now, okay? And
yeah, but like do it right now.
Yeah, smash that like button. Like beat it. And hit the subscribe button too.
Beat it like a 16-year-old at home on a snow day.
Yeah. And please support our channel. We're gonna be getting some merch coming on and stuff, and we got a lot of big things going on. So please, if you do anything, just stay tuned. Okay? And go ahead, Jared. I'm starting to get hungry. Gotta fire up that grill. What are you thinking, buddy? What are we thinking?
I'm thinking I'm gonna let Jones give his final thought because he's a guest.
All right. So I think you sent the tweet to the group earlier about Trump potentially running in 2024.
Mhm.
How do you think? First off,
Oh
who do
no,
you
Death sent it.
I
I
sent it because I'm like, whether you love him or hate him, I'm fucking good with both sides. I'm so fucking good with this guy.
yeah, and I said I'm 100% done with this cocksucker.
Yeah, I couldn't remember which one sent it, but what do you who do you think is gonna be in the primary with him? Because right now I saw, I think it was Saturday, I saw that DeSantis is probably gonna run, Cruz is gonna run again, Lindsey Graham's gonna run again, and like that primary is just gonna be a fucking shit show.
Gross. They're all gross except for DeSantis.
I think Hogan's gonna run for Maryland because he's not running for governor.
Coke Hogan.
Yeah. You know, probably vote for
Because he's
Hogan.
from Detroit.
Yeah, Danny Dallas.
But I mean, like the 2024 election is gonna be absolute fucking ass.
Yeah. I hope DeSantis gets it. Because it's basically going to be whoever the fucking Republicans run is going to win.
You think so?
Yeah.
There's no way.
I mean, assuming it's not Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
Trump
they-
doesn't win.
If they put Trump out again, he's probably not going to win. But if they literally put out the fucking corpse of Richard Nixon, like there's a chance that like he'll probably win.
Florida's gonna be pissed though. Like my brother is all up in arms about this
Because they don't want to lose DeSantis.
No, because like they barely got him before.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? He won like by like half a point or something.
Yeah, they
so-
fucking love him.
Yeah, huge fan of him because they could do whatever they wanted. Like you remember when everything was shut down, Ron DeSantis allowed WWE to continue filming and doing their thing there because they're like media or like essential media or something.
Yeah,
so you could
yeah.
still watch wrestling in Florida, which is sick. So
Yeah.
go ahead.
So yeah, I think I like to answer your question. I think and I hope it's going to be DeSantis, because there's literally no one else.
Kerry Lake.
I mean, personally, if I could choose, if me, just a total piece of shit, if my opinion actually mattered and I could handpick someone, I would go with Tulsi Gabbard. But I don't think she's going to run.
She would be a good candidate too.
Yeah, I think she is quite literally the best candidate for the job. Like, I truthfully don't know if there's anyone that's more qualified than her right now to do the job.
Democrats
I mean, the
hate her.
A shit show too. Like
She's not a Democrat anymore.
no,
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
She officially left the party, and she's officially an independent.
Yeah, right. But what I'm saying is the Democrats and Republicans are an absolute fucking shit.
Oh
show.
yeah, everyone hates her because she is what a good politician is supposed to be.
Yeah, yeah. That's
You know
a
what I mean?
problem.
Like everyone who's a professional politician, right? Which that in and of itself is kind of fucked. Like it shouldn't be a thing. But like everyone who's a professional politician plays the shady games, accepts the money, takes the back deals, does all that shit. And she's just like, no, I'm here because the people voted for me, and whatever they want me to do is what I'm going to do.
Right.
So, because that's how this works.
Yeah.
And everyone hates that.
That's a problem.
That's a problem. That's a big problem. That's a big problem because if she ever became more popular and other people started doing what she was doing, then that means there's less money being poured in, and and people don't want that. So,
All right.
Scratch Man, get a final?
Yeah, mine's quick. Florida State Seminoles ranked in the college football playoff for the first time since 2016.
The Florida State Seminole Vesicles?
Whatever they are at this point. I don't even know. They're the only team, like, so they weren't ranked until this year, and they were top 10 in offense and top 10 in defense, and they were not ranked. It's like, how the fuck? Only that school could pull that off.
Yeah. I believe it.
Can I get any of you guys to commit to going to Kentucky with me in case somebody bails out?
Probably not.
Probably.
Jones,
not.
you seem cool. You want to
I think
you want we can only afford one bed, but if you just want to spend 3, I'll sleep under the covers or whatever. It'll be sick. And
when
when is this happening?
Yeah.
April 13th through the 16th.
probably because I have a wedding and stuff to plan.
Oh, you gotta get over it. You can do it in Kentucky.
It'll be it'll be over by then.
We'll get
It'll be a
Jared to
Bigfoot
come.
theme.
Yeah.
You can have Bigfoot be the officiant.
Yeah, you can have Charlie Raymond, who's the top dog. He really is the top dog of Bigfoot investigators. I think he's like an ordained minister or something too. He's also a justice of the peace if you need anything.
Okay.
If you need peace,
Yep.
just
And
let him know.
justice.
He'll bring some peace. He'll rain down peace with a fist of justice.
That's right.
So my final thought also is relatively quick. I went to Wegmans on Saturday. I took the trip to Westwood. So
Hey, thanks for coming by.
I was I was in Westwood either last Thursday or Friday because I had to go to one of our clients. It's literally right behind Wegmans. So on the way back, I just stopped in, grabbed a couple things and was like, whatever. And then I was like, fuck, man, I love this store. So I was telling Amy about I was just going on about Wegmans. I was like, it's the best fucking place ever. And she was like, I've never been. So because we're old now, and this is the shit that we're like, oh, let's do something. We decided to take a trip to Wegmans in Westwood. So
This is embarrassing. What
it's
time
not
did you go?
I don't know, probably 5:30
PM on a Saturday?
Yeah.
All right. So you missed the real show at Wegmans is 1, 2 o'clock. You want to talk the worst display of human beings?
Oh yeah.
It's at
Wait,
a Wegmans
Is
on a
Wegmans
weekend.
is it like a Trader Joe kind of thing? Like Trader Joe's? Is it like
Not
hipster food?
quite. No.
No,
It's
they have real food.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like the best grocery store ever.
Is it cheap?
No.
No,
Oh,
definitely
so.
not.
No. So it's like a Whole Foods or a Trader Joe's in the sense that it's like a little bit uppity. Things are expensive. There's a deli bar and a cheese bar and a prepared foods bar. And here's the fish. Look, it's out on the ice for you. But they carry all regular, normal shit.
And they have literally anything you could think of. If you're like, you know what? I kind of want some wild boar for dinner. They have wild boar meat.
No, they gotta
Yeah.
like that, huh?
Yeah, they have literally fucking everything. The store is fucking. Imagine.
Look how excited.
You know what
he's
it
getting.
is? Imagine
I don't like
a
Wegmans this much.
like a Walmart superstore that
Yeah.
belongs in if it had money, right? If Walmart wasn't Walmart and Walmart had money, that's Wegmans. Because it's a fucking massive store. They have everything you can imagine. It's the best place ever. So
Wegmans is big.
it's fucking huge.
Yeah, the one in
Really?
Westwood is large.
Yeah.
Oh.
They
So
have
there's-
multiple aisles. It's not like a straight regular aisle down. It's so big that they have a middle aisle in between that that bisects the latitude. They have a longitude aisle that goes through
That's
everything. It's so fucking big.
Wow.
So I have one 2 seconds away from the house. Does the one in Westwood have a parking garage? Because the one next to the house has a parking
No,
garage.
it's just
So
has a
you
giant
get the
fucking
benefit
parking lot.
of going to a very, very, very busy strip mall type thing
Yeah.
with a Target and a TJ Maxx. And it's right in between.
Yep.
So parking is awesome. People definitely know how to drive around the parking lot. That's for sure. Man, I do not share the same enthusiasm for Wegmans as you do.
Yeah,
I like some of the stuff they have, but boy, do I fucking hate going to the store.
So what
Yeah,
did
so-
the old lady think about it?
She was like, yeah, it's cool.
You were like, oh, look at this. Look at you can get that cheese, but look at that one. You can get that one
That's
too.
pretty much what I did.
And then we don't
I was
buy
This is
any of
fucking
it.
olives. There's like
Yeah.
hundreds of olives here.
Yeah, and you don't
That's-
buy
yep.
any of it. Like,
They
yeah,
also
that's what
had
you do.
they
You
have like
like
15 different kinds of olives.
it's like, wow, they have prosciutto and serrano ham and hot capicola. And it's like, well, are we gonna buy any of it? Well, no, but
But look
at
at
boar.
it.
Look at the
But if you
boar.
wanted to buy it, it's right
yeah,
there.
but like if we were buying it, like, look, they have like all this stuff.
It's on
Yeah.
ice.
Look, they have duck and venison and boar. Like we could have venison.
If we
Look,
wanted to.
rabbit sausages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jared, too, we were talking like, so their cheese shop's incredible, and I always look at the cheeses, but then
You never buy them.
No, I mozzarella, cheddar, and
Yeah.
that's
Yep.
a huge.
Shout out to Wegmans. Listen, if you go to Wegmans.com and type in promo code Reality Tonic, yeah, we're still working
You
on
can get
that.
all the sale items on sale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever you see the price in their circular, that's exactly what you're
Yep.
going to pay.
Just go to the cashier and just mention Reality Tonic, and we'll just see what happens. All right? Let us know. Let us know what happens.
Yeah, let us know if it works.
Yeah, and if it doesn't work, just go, Sarcasm speaks, and then it might, this key code they can put in.
Be like, do you have Tourette's? Like, are you just
Yeah.
saying words?
If you're having a stroke, I'll call you an ambulance.
Yeah. It's gonna cost you though. So that's the one fucking the bitch thing about it being in the city of Westwood is that Westwood's a bunch of cunts and they make you pay for bags.
Oh, it's so annoying.
So like
Where does
if
that
you
go?
if you want like a regular paper bag to bring your groceries home, like they charge you whatever the fuck, 75 cents or some bullshit for a bag.
Yeah, you don't have your own bags.
No.
Not at that level yet.
No, fuck the environment.
How long you been married for?
Like probably 2 months.
Yeah, give it a little bit, dude. I got a whole bunch of fucking. I got ones that keep things cool. I got stuff that keeps things hot. Whatever you want, dude. You want to borrow some?
No, I'm good.
All right.
You can ship them though.
No, let me come by.
Sure, yeah, whatever.
Just want to hang out at all major events at your house. That's the only time I want to come. So, but yeah, that's it, guys.
So yeah, thanks everyone for coming along for the ride, for watching on YouTube, listening wherever you're at. Smash that like button, right?
Beat the shit out of it.
Like Bobby Brown.
Yeah, yeah. Yep. Real quick, could you take Jake Paul?
No,
Bob?
absolutely not.
No, I have no combat skills.
Jones.
Also, like he's a legit fighter. Like he's good.
Yeah.
Like people give him shit because he
Yeah,
started
he's
as like a
good.
YouTube star. He's a legitimately good boxer. Like if he didn't have the whole YouTube thing, everyone would be talking about this like 24-year-old phenom who's like doing this whole thing. You know what I mean? Like it's people just give him shit because he's a YouTube guy. And he's also, I think he's pretty fucking big. I think he's like 6'1".
Yeah, he's not a little dude. Like I boxed for a couple hours, and it was like pretty. I have way more respect for those guys. You got to be an athlete, I'm
Yeah.
serious.
Yeah. So so beat that like button like it's Jake Paul beating up Anderson Silva.
That's right. Respectfully knocking it out.
Yeah. You can get us on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. Twitter is sarcasm_speaks. Facebook page, Sarcasm Speaks. Website, sarcasmspeaks.com. Go to the merch store, buy some merch. Jones has a coaster there. You can get anything with
What?
our logo on it. Yep.
How much
Yeah,
is
man.
that? How much is that? $90. So Jared can make $6 off of it. The profit margins just aren't where they need to be.
Yeah.
How much was that? Put that up again because that's really good looking. I can get one of those. How much do I have to pay?
I don't know. Go
think
on our website.
And what is
I
it
think
again?
$15.
$15.
It came as a set though, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had 4 and I lost 3.
That's good. Some little kids outside going, "What the fuck is this? What is this? This is a CD." Yeah.
Is this a floppy disk?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like we said before, thank you to grillyourassoff.com. Use the promo code SarcasmPod, not Reality Tonic.
Yeah.
And you'll get 15% off your entire order every single time you check out. Truthfully, you can use either one, whatever. It doesn't matter. Whatever you like.
It does matter. Reality Tonic.
And you can use that same promo code SarcasmPod when you go to mybookie.com. When you sign up, they will double your first deposit over there, up to $1,000.
Wow.
So until next time.